Hey everyone, David Waldorf here, unboxing Space Empires 4X. All good things. This is the final expansion to the Space Empires 4X series designed by Jim Crone, published by GMT Games. Also trying a new camera setup here, so we'll see how this works. New camera and lighting setup. This is a massive box. There's a picture of the back. I do have some corner damage right there. It doesn't look too bad. Probably have to reinforce with some tape. A little disappointing, but not bad enough that I need to contact GMT or anything like that, I don't think. And knowing the way that they build these boxes, I'm guessing everything inside is just fine. Alright, this is a 4-inch box, and let's crack it open, see what we've got. Nice tight fit on there, and you can see that, as per usual, these are very substantial boxes. There's the corner damage. Does not look too bad. Didn't even mar the artwork too much on the top box. All right, we have the competitive scenario book. I'm just going to flip through some of these pretty quickly. I do notice that I've got a bit of a shadow situation going on, so apologies for that. Let's see what I can do to minimize it. But competitive scenarios. There we go. Alright, and that is, let's see, 27 pages long. Production sheet with unpredictable research in the back. Then there is the new Master Rulebook. This should contain all of the rules for all of the previous modules. And it's interesting that they went with the same image on all of these rule books, which is the same image as is on the cover of the box. But we have the Master Rulebook, and I believe the new additions are in the blue text there. See if we can find a note here. Blue text is newer updated Space Empires rules. Text that is in purple is play notes, and text that is tan or design notes. All right, so here we've got all the rules, and that ends up being 47 pages worth. All right, sequence of play on the back. The solo co-op scenarios. This one is thicker than I expected, thicker than the competitive scenario book. And we have lots of pages worth of stuff for competitive and solo rules. Alien player flowchart. Looks like we've got production sheet for the alien player, ship technology sheet for the alien player, and there's the remainder of the flowchart. Replicators, solitaire, and that gets us 67 pages worth. And then we have Card Manifest and Deep Space Planetary or Planet Attributes. It's a thinner booklet again. We have mostly text, and it's a wall of text. It's not any pictures at all, for a total of 23 pages. And I guess technically 24 because the back has more material as well. And just noticing the tabs up at the top, that's kind of handy. I don't know if the other books had that or not. Let's take a look. I do see a little bit of corner damage up there, but No, it looks like that one does not. All right. Production pads. We have production sheet with facilities. Production sheet, no facilities. Replicator production sheet. Curious to see how they got all of the technology on the back. Yeah, it's pretty small and pretty cramped, but it's all on one sheet. All right. New fleet displays. These would be, I think, for the 2 new empires in the game. A little bit of a glare there. Apologies for that. And some reference cards. This is the alternate empires. You can see we got some new ship types on here. Where are they? I know they're on here. Pretty sure they're on here. Oh, there it is. This one I know for sure is a new one. Missile boats from the alternate empire. And we have base empire. Should be 4 of those, I believe. There's 2 of them, 3, 4 base empire. All right. And we have, what is this? Terrain, deep space planet attribute list. That's kind of a nice handy terrain reference chart. The remainder of the planet attributes list back there. And we got AP bot player aid. Alright. Nothing on the back of that one. And the punch board. We have some large hex tiles. This would be for the new empire. And some terrain. There is an ion storm. That's new to this expansion. And here we go. Another ion storm. Oops, and punch out. You can see there's no sprue between these. Nice thick cardboard that punched out pretty cleanly. That supernova there. And let's get this back into the center of the frame here a little bit. Sorry about that. All right, now we've got pulsars. New type of terrain. Quantum filament. Quasars. And here we have, looks like we got some more barren planets. That's cool. I like the barren planets. And here we have more planets. Looks like we get new home planets in this expansion for the factions. That could be interesting. And there's the plasma storm. New type of terrain. Okay. Fleets. These would be for the new empires. Notice that this is counter sheet 1 of 6. So, I don't know if it'll show up here. There's a little bit of a bow going on there. Shouldn't be too bad, but there are all the ships for the new empire. Just looking at that new artwork a little bit. All right, here's the other new empire. More counters. We will have, I don't even know what all of these are. Obviously, these are some more for the new empires. These are their home systems, it looks like. There you can see that warping just a little bit. Shouldn't affect the individual counters, but definitely a bend going on there. But yes, these are the new home system markers for these new alternate empires. All right, more markers looks like for, oh yeah, because we've got the logistics centers, whatever they're called now, for all the original empires. Paranoia, morale. Interesting. I'm not sure what those are all about, but this box does proclaim to have all good things. All right, some new deep space markers. So we have more danger, more minerals. We have, these are, let's see, what do we got? Another space wreck, lost in space. Mission cards, that's cool. So you can just find a mission card out in space. Not sure what those are, but it looks like they do correspond to something else I saw somewhere in the artwork. More DYO markers, which is cool. Space stations. There's those quantum filaments, quasar, plasma storm, pulsar. The new barren planets. Some cool stuff. And another sheet of counters. I'm not sure what these new numero counters are for. That's interesting. But more alien chips, more logistics. Awfully close to printing off the edge of the counters on those. But it's all on there. Let's see, are they that close to the edge on this other sheet? Maybe a little better. Not quite so close to the edge. So a little off center there. Baggies. I tell you, storing all this is going to be difficult. All right, the plastic stands. Now, these are interesting. I'm curious to see if they are of a sort that will leave a mark on your counters. Tough to say. They are pretty rigid. I would be very cautious about putting my counters in there. I would hate to leave markings on them. It's not a soft plastic stand that would allow you to like bend it and then insert the counter and let it spring back. This is very, very rigid plastic right here. In fact, there's, I don't think, any give in it at all. But you've got a bag full of those. And some card decks. We have crew cards. Resource cards for the replicators, where no man has gone before. And scenarios. All right, I would like to open these. I don't think these are all the same cards in there. So we'll open them. Maybe some minor spoilers as I go through these. I'm not 100% sure. I'll take a look though, see what we find. I don't see one of those handy dandy open tabs on these packs of cards. A lot of decks of cards come with a quick open tab that you can kind of grab and peel back. So, all right, we have scenario cards. Let's take a quick look at these. These feel like GMT cards, kind of stiff, a little sticky, a little thick, maybe. But so scenario cards look like this. All right, there's a quick look at a few of them. Not going to go through every card. We have replicators, crew cards. Look like this. Some really nice new art on these. Agent Smith, Alexa, and it even got DYO cards in there, which is cool. Let's see what else we've got. Alien Technology deck cards. I think a few of the cards in here, and Empire Advantage deck cards. I think a few of these cards end up replacing some of the cards that are in the game already. I've seen a list somewhere, I'm guessing buried somewhere in the rules, is some information on which cards replace other cards and which ones are supposed to be just added to the deck. So here are the Empire Advantage cards that come in here. I'm pretty sure that one is in the original game. So there's that. Let's buzz through some of these other decks really quick. Trying to keep this video a manageable length. All right. These are all the same. Replicator resource cards and Star Trek references. There we go. Peek at what those look like. And let's get this final stack of cards opened here. And let's go for it. There we go. All right. These are, again, some DYO cards. I like it when they do that. Or even possibly, if you needed to replace a card or something. It's a cool thing to have in there. But these are all crew cards. New thing in this expansion. There is a massive deck of crew cards here. This is quite the stack. Makes a large deck. We'll just give you a quick look at some of these. There we go. Let's see. We will see that the art is not unique on all of the cards, but I believe the names are Science Officer, Science Officer. You can see different names there. Some nice evocative art on here. There we go. So that's what you get inside Space Empires 4X. All good things. Let's take a quick look at the bottom of the box where there was that damage I noticed earlier. There's the insert. You can see it's bowed a little bit from the weight or the shipping or both. In reality, I am not going to keep this insert anyway, because I'm going to need all of the space in this box to store everything. But that damaged corner is up here. You can see, oh, the whole box is split. So this might be something I call GMT about. Yeah, that's not cool. It did protect the game, but kind of like for it to be a better box than that. At any rate, that's what you get inside the box of Space Empires 4X. All good things from GMT Games. All right, thanks for watching. Bye.